Almighty will punish the wretched by sending terrors unnamed creeping from the abyss below.
Hey, handsome. Wanna have some fun?
competition has touched him up well. I've got news, Mr. Throgmorton. The expedition members are alive. They're on the seabed, in the sunken ruins. Some sort of ancient temple. They have enough air, but we need to hurry.
What happened? Why didn't the sailors help them?
The crew of the Titania mutinied against Sanders. The only man who escaped was your son. They put him on a lifeboat.
The mutineers will face justice. Throwing Albert to the whims of the sea, he will be avenged.
I'm afraid that's not all. The Innsmouthers took the expedition's discoveries and kidnapped the professor.
What? Those degenerates. How did that happen?
The Innsmouthers. They knew about the temple. They waited there, hiding until the professor took what the Innsmouthers call the seal.
But how did they manage to catch my scientists off guard?
It seems that after the seal was taken from its place, everyone in the expedition suffered some kind of mental breakdown. The Innsmouthers must have known about that, waited for the right moment. Then they made off with Professor Doe and the artifact.
Drock. The Innsmouthers. Do you have proof they were involved?
One of the attackers was killed by a member of the expedition. I have a photo.
My expedition failed. My boy was killed. This is more than personal, Mr. Reed. This is a threat to everyone.
They have Harriet, and the artifact she found, but she may still be alive.
That's why I hesitate to wipe their fish-faced kin from Oakmont this instant. But we won't sit idle. Find them, Mr. Reed. Not the grunts, but their leaders. Infiltrate their ranks if need be. Bring me my professor back.
This smells of trouble. Innsmouthers seem irritable, and my doctor says that drowning's not too good for me. So, why should I help?
I'll pay you a decent sum for this job. And you came here to look into the madness, correct? Professor Doe shares those visions. She found something inside the ruins, and now they have her. She knows something crucial, I'm certain. There's also a more delicate matter I wanted to discuss with you, Mr. Reed.
I can be delicate when it matters, so shoot.
I have a colleague, you might say. His name is Herbert Glover. Like myself, he is a collector of fine art.
I'm a detective, Mr. Throgmorton, not a burglar.
I don't care for your insinuation, Mr. Reed. I would never be so crass as to hire a thief. I had a meeting arranged with Herbert. One of great importance, shall we say. One at which he failed to appear. I want you to find out why.
That sounds simple enough. Okay, I'll do it.
Very good, Mr. Reed. There is one final detail. This case must remain secret, and you must not reveal to anyone for whom you are working.
Discretion is my watchword.
Indeed. Here is Herbert's address and an advance for your investigation. You'll find it's fair.
Have a good day.
Don't you have work to do?
The door won't budge. Why keep a 40-year-old newspaper article? Eyes still wide open. Guess he didn't see the killing blow coming. Eyes still wide open. Guess he didn't see the killing blow coming. What's that? Looks like they're short a full set. One of the mirrors was taken. Yeah, you like what you see, buddy? Only slight scratches around the keyhole. Whoever broke in knew how to pick a lock. Huh. That's a lot of warning shots.
I'll find out why the old ape wants you so bad.
Squint, run! Oh, okay. I've killed him.
Easiest gig in this district. You grab the mirror. I'm gonna go see what other loot we can take from Mr. Moneybags here.
Who are you? What in K's name are you doing in my house?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Who are you? What in K's name are you doing in my house?
Squint, run! Oh, okay. I've killed him.
Easiest gig in this district. You grab the mirror. I'm gonna go see what other loot we can take from Mr. Moneybags here. Easiest gig in this district.
Who are you? What in K's name are you doing in...
Squint, run! Oh, okay. I've killed him.
Two men broke in to steal a mirror. One of them, Squint, cracked the safe, but Glover discovered him and shot him. The second one killed Glover.
Don't do that again. Extra, extra. All the news that's fit for print. Buy a paper, mister? Extra, extra. All the news that's fit for print. Buy a paper, mister?
There you go, my mic's on now. Is this what you wanted? Did you want to hear my sultry, deep, sweet voice? Oh yeah, no, I've got something here I can actually talk with. It's called my microphone.
I've got some good news, and I've got some bad news. The good news is I've found Glover.
And the bad?
The bad news is he's dead. Murdered.
Indeed. Did you discover who killed him?
Not yet.
Then why are you wasting my time? Find me Glover's killer. I need the name of the man who crossed me, Mr. Reed, if I'm to make an example.
The door won't budge.
The wretched by sending terrors.
Hello, officer.
Well, look who finally decided to show up. If it ain't Charles Reed, the genius that cracked the case of Albert Throgmorton. Captain Caleb Lyons at your service. What can we simpletons do to assist you, Mr. Holmes?
Look, all I want is access to your records during my investigations. Otherwise, I'll keep out of your way.
Oh, that's all you want, is it? Was making us look like idiots in front of Mr. Throgmorton not enough for you?
Look, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intent.
Well, that's what you did. A newcomer must know his place. Let me be frank. You ain't welcome. You slip up, don't cross a T or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal in here, newcomer.
Hey, easy, Officer Lyons. I don't want any trouble.
Well, good. That's a start. You can use the archive, but only because you have Mr. Throgmorton as your patron. Keep that in mind, Reed.
He's mad! He's completely mad! He's completely mad!
No photographs, you hear me?
I'm happy to say I've never been hungry enough to consider eating whatever this is. Looks like Squint was having a bad day. Survived getting shot just to be stabbed to death. Who did it?
At long last, I'll fix what that old ape lover Francis did to you.
Hark! Get away from the... Oh, thank the gods. I thought you were another monster.
Nice trick with the wall. How'd you manage it?
It wasn't me. She put the wall there with some kind of hocus pocus.
You said she put the wall here. Who is she?
She's our employer. I don't know her name or anything. She promised us a good payout for a simple job. And I fell for it like a chump.
Sydney Stokes, I presume.
Aye, that's right. Do I know you?
Don't think so. I'm here about Herbert Glover. I believe you know him. Or should I say, knew him.
Okay.
What did she hire you to do?
The job seemed simple enough. Go to the collector's house, grab some fancy mirror, and then hoof it out of there.
So where's this fancy mirror now?
She took it. When me and Phil met her with the goods, they got into a big blowout and she shivved him. Okay, what am I to do now? Phil was the idea guy, I'm just a sap.
Come on, paint me a picture. What did this woman look like?
She was tall and thin, very thin, just skin and bones. Me like a rattlesnake. That's all I can remember. I didn't look too close at her.
Were you hired to kill the collector too? Or was that just for laughs?
I swear to Kay, it wasn't part of the plan. It was an accident. The guy started shooting at us and I panicked.
You panicked? Really? That's your excuse?
Oh, please, as Kay is my witness, I didn't mean to kill anyone. I'll give you everything. I have. Just let me walk.
Well, you've had quite a night. Break-in, theft, and manslaughter. I'm gonna have to report this.
Please, I'll get the char for this.
You should have thought of that before you killed a man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
What do you want?
Have a good day. I've looked into your delicate matter.
Excellent. Don't spare me any details.
Glover's dead. He was killed by a man named Sidney Stokes, who happened to be robbing his place. And he wasn't working alone. He had a partner, Phil O'Connell. Didn't end up much better. All over some kind of mirror, apparently.
Truck. Where is the mirror now?
Their employer has it. Some mystery woman. I didn't get her name, but she obviously wasn't fooling around.
I see. So, my enigmatic competitor has finally shown her hand. And the thieves are both dead, you say?
Sidney Stokes managed to make it out in one piece. Now, if I had to guess, he's probably holed up at his home. Want the address?
I would welcome it. I'll take pleasure in, educating him on some, shall we say, essential truths.
All right. I've held up my end of the bargain. Now, it's your turn.
Of course, Mr. Reed. Here's your payment. Now that you know everything, would you accept the second part of the job?
Let me guess. You want me to track down the mirror?
Yes. And the one who so rudely snatched it from my grasp.
I'm on it. Only got one lead, though. Our culprit had a bone to pick with someone named Francis. Mean anything to you?
Ah, yes. That is without doubt my father, Francis Throgmorton. May rest his soul.
What's he got to do with this?
I found mention of the mirror in his records. That's what led me to take interest.
Your father was a prominent man. I'm sure he had enemies. Anyone come to mind?
None who would outlive him.
You mentioned your father left records. Mind if I take a gander at them?
The prospect of you rifling through my father's possessions does not fill me with joy, Mr. Reed. But if that's what you need, so be it. Take this key.
Seems an ambitious expedition. Like father, like son. Curious craftsmanship. These must be worth a fortune. $1891 must have been a busy year for Francis. Now, that kid looks a little familiar.
Alright, I'm back. I just wanted to switch it up so I could talk again. Alright. It's time to solve a mystery. I think there's some more stuff to figure out in here because I haven't gotten all my evidence yet.
Your father led an expedition.
Oh yeah, I love this game so far.
Do you know anything about it?
I'm not the best person to ask, I'm afraid. I was a babe in arms back then, and my father never made his findings public. It is a great shame, of course. His work would have turned the science of evolution on its head.
Yeah, I can see that. I had some questions about Bethany.
I beg your pardon. I don't believe I know anyone of that name.
Well, it came up during the investigation. See, your father divorced, and his ex-wife's name was Bethany.
Say no more. It is beyond my earliest memories, but even if it weren't, my father's business is his own. I shall not engage in gossip.
Have a good day.
Oh, there's still even more stuff to get. Let's see if I can find anything else. There's gotta be at least a smidgeroni more evidence. Said there was.
Yeah, the mortician has touched him up well.
Surely there must be one more thing.
Seems an ambitious expedition. I'm looking sharp, but I guess that's the point.
Nice. Alright, cool. Finally, got all the evidence. So now we're gonna go to our casebook. We're going to look into quid pro quo. Well, not that. I want to go through the looking glass. Alright, I need to go to the Oakmont Asylum. right here. I do appreciate how this game plays out so far. I'm having quite a bit of fun playing it. Also, it makes me feel super smart whenever I figure stuff out. I mean, it's Eurojank, but what are you gonna do? Oh, yeah, well, I mean, it's a detective story. It's not all thrills and chills, baby. Sometimes you just gotta let the atmosphere roll over you. Plus, I need stuff to, like, take my mind off things lately. I like focusing my thoughts on things that require more deductive reasoning than Twitch skills. You know what I'm saying? By Twitch skills, I don't mean skills on being on the platform Twitch, but rather the skills of one who is pressing a button quite quickly. Speaking of which, I actually was starting to play Elder Scrolls earlier. Or Skyrim, rather. Time to jump the chess bandwagon. Yeah, everybody in NCH is playing chess nowadays, aren't they? Who could blame them? Chess is the world's greatest game. Look at those god rays.
I'm looking for Bethany Throgmorton. You got any patients by that name?
We'd know if we had a Throgmorton. Although, we do have a Bethany. Or rather, we did. She's missing. And not on
Tic-tac-toe is the ultimate mix-up game.
Her usual walks. You let patients leave the building?
Oh, Bethany was harmless. And she always came back. This time, well, I've never known her to be like that.
You mean she broke out?
Yes, knocked an orderly out cold. She was out the door in a moment. It took us all by surprise. She's usually harmless.
Any idea where she went?
No. She had been odd recently, though. Muttering to herself, and she drew this strange picture on her bedroom wall.
That's interesting. Can I take a look at her room?
I suppose it couldn't hurt. She had a separate room downstairs. Here's the key, but do watch out for broken glass.
Gotta put on my detective glasses.
Bye.
So I can read better.
At 7 years each, that's a lot of bad luck. I'm glad it's not mine.
I sense some foul play afoot.
Was this taken at gunpoint? Someone had a field day to face a maze. Someone had a field day to face a maze.
I will find it, baby boy. I promise. Just tell me more.
I see, I see. 'Twere the madness what took her. I prescribe lots of heroin. Man, they put that old lady right next to the boiler. Let's take a look at this indecent poster. Let's go talk to that nurse again.
Anything I can help you with?
Worthless. Alright, let's go upstairs. How do I go upstairs?
Haven't you seen the beast?
Do you see it?
What a dingy place. I can only imagine the health code violations.
Watch your pocket. Some patients here have wandering fingers.
$1,500 to $1,800 dead. Gotta love it.
My head. I still hear those voices.
What me? Don't just stare at my leaves.
Let's play. The end is nigh. It will begin again. What is down comes up. The seed is sowed.
Can you hear? Somebody singing.
Hey man, I'd pay for one of those posters. Those are pretty lit. The fuck is that? Lobsterfish? Tryptocophobia fish? Yo, they ain't got no food. It all depends on how we look at things. We got our electroshock therapy
What can
stuff.
I do for you?
I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's a bad idea to have scary posters in your
Anything I can
asylum.
help you with?
If anything, that's a power play. I don't think I got all the evidence. It would tell me if I got all the evidence, but I didn't. I'll take one more look.
blood's almost dry. At 7 years each, that's a lot of bad luck. I'm glad it's not mine.
I will find it.
That's all I can really think about getting right now, I suppose. She said an orderly got hurt. I guess that would be where he got hurt. But I don't think they're going to give me more evidence than that. Or at least, I'd have to look harder. Yes, that lobster did have bat wings. It was a bat-winged lobster. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I have the two halves of the picture that show that Robert Throgmorton is related to Bethany, and that Bethany's child, who would be Robert Throgmorton's half-brother, was murdered at a very young age. It seems like a whole trying to separate from a certain side of your family type deal. You ain't never heard of an underwater bat-winged lobster?
No photograph, Jeremy.
I love how Eurojank this game is. Let's go ahead and present the damning evidence to Mr. Robert Throgmorton. Mr. Throgmorty. Now, let me up. Let me up.
I'm not in the mood for chit-chat, Mr. Reed.
Oh, well.
The mortician has touched him up well.
I guess that was not the correct thing to do. Let's see what else I can... They really need to arrange some keep your city clean events. Well, when your city's half submerged in water... Oh, you know what? I should try the, I should try going to the archives of the Hospital of St. Mary's. Maybe learn some more about this lady.
Be safe. We don't have any free beds left. Nothing, huh? Need to look at my evidence again. Yeah, let's go back to the, let's go back to the main thing at hand. Go to the police office real quick. Investigate similar crimes to the one that's been happening. Lobsters with bat wings.
Violent crimes. Suspects. Documentation. There we go. At about 10:30 p.m. April 15th, at the Fish Market, Eastern Shells, corner of Orchard Avenue and Holy Fire Lane. Apprehended a suspicious of the ends mouth of stalking. Seizes a dagger. Seizes. From the Esoteric Order of Dagon. Several other arms Innsmouther appeared. It was first release. Set Innsmouth in retreat. Suspect got away. The case is pending further investigation. Okay. Cool beans. We got our first lead.
No photographs, do you hear me?
I don't know why they don't want me to take the pretty pictures. Alright, so fish market's over here.
Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny. Don't be shy. Fish? Fresh fish? Take as much as you need. It won't cost you a penny. Don't be shy. Leave enough for everyone.
I've heard that I can find an organization hereabouts that goes by the name of the EOD. Am I in the right place?
You sure are. I happen to be a representative of the EOD. Pleased to meet you. My name's Anna. Can I help you with something?
Charles Reed. Just a few questions, if I may.
Of course. Ask away, Charlie.
This city is short on everything except dirt, rain, and things that want to kill you. Yet, you just give away food for free. What's your angle?
Angle? There's no angle, Charlie. Not everyone can hide in fancy manners like the grand families. And our hearts tell us we must do more. We've decided to seize our own fate and rise above this disaster. I think it's going well. The sea's good to us, and it blesses us with abundance.
What is the EOD? I mean, what do you do as an organization?
Well, we are a non-profit charitable organization. Actually, it's better to say that we're a gathering of volunteers. We're not an official charity yet. As for what we do, we try to help ease the suffering in our city as much as we can.
Oh. How do you do that?
We provide fish for the hungry and fix the homes of the poor. We also patrol the streets at night to keep the wild beasts and bandits at bay. And many, many more
Wow,
things.
look at that.
Whatever needs doing. Anything to help the people, Charlie.
It's been great chatting with you, but I'm actually here to speak with the EOD leadership. You know where I can find them?
Not so fast, Charlie. Nobody meets the top brass without being a member. You need to earn a rank in the EOD first.
Oh, you're kidding me. What for?
You need to prove yourself. Show us through your actions that you're worth our time. No offense, Charlie.
What does EOD stand for?
Everyone's obvious duty. When we began, it also had is to help each other, but we dropped that part. It was a little bit wordy.
How can I join?
That all depends on what skills you can offer us. What do you do best?
Well, I'm afraid my resume's in my other jacket. Let me see. I was in the Navy during the war. Never since it ended, I've been a private eye.
The sea provides. Turns out we have a job that's a perfect fit for you.
Okay. Tell me more about this job.
Well, last night someone tried to break into our fish storage room. Luckily, the guards scared him off, but I fear they'll be back to finish the job. That's why we've been busy today, giving away all the fish to the people. We'd rather it get into the hands of the needy than to some thief.
And you want me to find whoever this thief is, right?
You're smart, Charlie. I like it. Exactly.
What else can I say? But I'm in.
Good. Thank you. Here's the address. Tell the guard the password, I serve the sea, and he'll let you into the storeroom.
Very culty.
I'm not in the mood, newcomer. If you want to talk, see ya.
And it is only fair to be afraid. Titanic forces are at work, infinitely greater than ourselves. Unknowable, incomprehensible. There will be sacrifice. There will be loss. There will be darkness. But these are the hallmarks of a pivotal moment in time. And each of us has a part to play.
I guess this city wouldn't be complete without a doomsday prophet.
Let me assure you, I am anything but. I am called Evernote Blackwood, and this is the place I have chosen to share my message. Please, come to one of my full servants.
Charles Reed. Good to meet you.
Ugh, look at that skin condition you got.
Blackwood. You're a member of the Grand family.
I am indeed the last of that line. Inheritor of an empty mansion and a severed history.
I'll see you around.
What's your problem?
Ugh, I can only imagine how this place smells.
This used to be an okay place to live.
What are you selling, mister? I don't see any goods.
I offer what everyone in this Borg needs most. Safety and comfort. You a newcomer? Where are you staying?
The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Oh, old Victor always thinks so small. A man of your talents could earn his board 100 ways. Maybe you want some more spending money?
Ooh.
Got a job for a private eye, mister? I'm always up for a good side gig.
That's what I like to hear. I'm Walter. I need someone capable to take care of an issue on my property. Local fauna, if you know what I mean.
Real estate's a risky business. How'd you get into it?
All my life I was a common fisk trader. But I wanted more. I dreamed of being a landlord. A man who never works. So I scrimped and saved, and bought several houses. Gonna rent them to the refugees and newcomers. And I have even greater plans.
Yeah, that does smell like cheap rent, doesn't
You
it?
need a gun for hire. Or is there another task?
I need you to place these incense burners on the top floor of my properties to drive off the wild beasts. Take a photo for me as proof.
Smoke that repels wild beasts. Does that even work?
Of course it will. No doubt. I bought it from a friend I trust.
Oh, okay. Just give me the address. See you later.
Cool. Alright. So now we've got more tasks ahead of us. I think with that might be it for me for streaming this for today. Alright. I'll probably be back to stream some more of this tomorrow. Thanks for coming through, Kellers. I appreciate it. Bye.